Hey, Sandals Church men. Just wanted to follow up with this week's message and just talk about goals. As men, a lot of us are goal setters. We have these ideas of things that we want to accomplish. We want to be successful. We want to make money. Some of us want to get famous. Maybe it's a car that we're pursuing, or a house, or a hobby, or some sort of entertainment. We have all these things that we shoot for. And I think one of the things we fail to think about is not just inviting God into our goals, but aligning ourselves with God's goals. What does He actually want for us? What does success look like in His eyes? And I think a lot of times they're very countercultural and counterintuitive. God is constantly focused on the heart. And so for a lot of us, our goals should probably be prioritized in the idea of how is your heart before Him? What things are you addicted to or given over to that keep you from God? And our goals can be to be sober-minded, to be focused on who God wants us to be. They could be spiritual goals such as spiritual disciplines, praying, reading, connecting in community. They could be ways that we're serving in the church and hoping to grow God's kingdom. And I think for a lot of us, we just don't think in those categories. And so we focus on very earthly goals that aren't unimportant. They're just not ultimate goals. And so I want to encourage you to reevaluate your goals. Get the guys in your group or people that are in your life to really talk through that. What are you actually focused on, right? Because we can pretend and use, being a godly man or whatever, but that's not actually what we're putting our time and energy into. And if it is, that's great. I want to encourage you in that. But for a lot of us, we have to be honest with ourselves. Are your goals to raise godly children, to have a godly marriage, to be an example to your community, to reach others with the good news, to see a ministry in the church grow, to see people overseas come to know Jesus, to increase your giving to God in various ways? I mean, those are goals that honor God, that build His kingdom. And so I think we can do better in the way that we view goal making. The other goals are always going to be there. There's always opportunities. But spiritual goals don't just happen on their own. We have to invest. We've got to be intentional. We have to go against our desires. And we've got to be willing to sacrifice at times. And so I want to encourage you to talk about that in your groups. We've got some questions laid out for you. Hopefully you'll be willing to just take an honest look about your major life goals, what actually drives you, and set some goals to honor God. So love you guys, praying for you. Hope you have a good week.